What's going on, workforce? Brian here, and while I'm still trying to recover my voice, there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about this week. We've got new screenshots, a tease at what's to come, maybe a couple changes to White Mage, and more. So let's just do this thing. I have a huge feeling that this is going to be a heavily edited video, just because my voice keeps dropping in and out, so I do apologize for it. Hopefully I will be back up 100% soon, but I just wanted to get this video out because we got yoshi-p dropping new screenshots, especially warrior ability, paladin ability, and dark knight ability. Plus there were some screenshots that he dropped last week that I haven't even had a chance to talk about yet. So there's a couple things that we're just going to go over first, and that's namely the screenshots. You've probably already seen this. I know some YouTubers have already talked about it, but it looks like Bard is getting an ability with a flute. Now, I don't know if this is a specific emote or what have you, but it's exciting nonetheless to kind of see this classic instrument of the Bard make its way. We've always kind of had the, the bow, harp, kind of imagery, so having it with the flute I think is really important. So it's a beautiful screenshot. It's set like in the Ruby Sea, and you can just kind of see for days going on behind it. It looks like there's some kind of, creature back in the back of it, but, we really won't know to be for sure. But this is just interesting. I'm very excited to see. My wife plays a Bard, so I'll be getting to see that pretty hands-on as she levels up Stormblood, with me. And then here's the first of the new images today, which is the Dark Knight, and you can see his just awesome sword. There's just all this, black and purple, kind of rolling around him. It looks like he's charging almost in a way of a soldier charge towards us, but it doesn't look exactly like what we saw with the warrior from the benchmark, but it looks amazing. And obviously yoshi-p is showing off how to use abilities within the screen capture or the group pose. That's kind of what he's kind of been highlighting. And it looks like he's been doing a lot of testing these last couple of weeks. Then you have this beautiful screenshot of a dragoon just kind of standing there with the giant Jenga tower of eternity over there on the left, and it's just again in the Ruby Sea, just very beautiful. I really cannot wait to go and explore this area. Nothing too standoutish about the dragoon though. And then we have a paladin, and it looks like they're using some kind of multi-slash technique. I love the animations and how they really take great detail in these animations, but it looks amazing. I love the gear that the paladin is wearing too. I can't get that great of an image, this because the sword's in motion, it is kind of blurred, but the gear that the paladin is wearing looks amazing. I'm very happy with the design there. Then here you got the red mage holding up the magic medium, using some ability, and this obviously with the group pose, and it's got this kind of almost blur effect that's just running around the screen. I think that looks phenomenal. I love it. It is such a really well done screenshot. And this is really where it gets great. So you got the warrior, and he's using some kind of ability, almost like Infuriate, but it's just this orb that's just surrounding him, and it looks like it's having some kind of impact on the ground and the earth around him. And so that animation looks really cool. The warriors letting out their scream and holding that really awesome looking axe right there. So to correct myself from an earlier post, I was talking about how yoshi-p was holding this staff, and I was kind of confused because I was well, does a black mage get familiars? But everybody's kind of pointed out that that is in fact actually a white mage, and thank you for that. That's what I was okay. It makes more sense now that we've been seeing yoshi-p play all the different jobs in these different screenshots. But at first I was well, yoshi-p is traditionally a black mage. But again, so that screenshot, and I've got it up on the screen with either the little fairies or butterflies or whatever we're going to call them, that is a white mage weapon. And so thanks for everybody for kind of pointing that out. I just wanted to make sure that I let you know I am aware more now than ever. So now let's kind of dive into something that was teased in the developer blog last week. And it's something that I've really been wanting to have that deeper conversation with you guys. And so let me know your thoughts on this specifically, where you can see on the screen they're kind of teasing that the abilities of Claric Stance and its message deleted by some force, and Insuna, message deleted by some unseen force. So they're teasing that something's happening to them as a part of these battle system changes. And so we can speculate that maybe Claric Stance is going away or being combined with something else, but the question is that do we even need Claric Stance anymore? Would it make more sense to have casters actually have their damage stat based off of mind, as opposed to you know, how it is right now where it kind of flip-flops where you go from damage to healing. The reason I ask this is that it can be a very interesting question. Is Claric Stance so required? It's a part of the White Mage toolkit, and it's a part of their kind of story, but as far as Scholar and for Astrologian, it's something that is kind of now, it's mandatory if you want to be able to put out damage as opposed to anything else. Plus, they don't even let you use it in PvP, so there's just this kind of disconnect, and the question is that do you just shift damage to mine so you can heal and you can output damage? Maybe you don't output as much with it without Claric Stance, or maybe Claric Stance exists in that way to kind of boost your damage up a little bit without losing so much healing or having it being required to do damage. But I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I'm kind of in the wheelhouse that it'd be interesting to see it kind of disappear and opening ourselves up for, I guess, different strategies without having to use it, but I'd love to know your thoughts on it as well, because I know a lot of people feel like it is an important part of the game. And then regarding Insuna, some have speculated that it will become an AoE ability, which would be great. Maybe there's a trait that makes it an AoE. I think that would make it very powerful, especially for a White Mage. Or some speculated that maybe it's becoming instacast as opposed to having a cast time. I'd love to know your thoughts on what you'd like to see changed about Insuna. Me personally, I'm hoping that White Mage gets that ability that turns any single target into an AoE ability, and thus the change I'd like to see to Insuna would be instacast. So that would just be my preference, but I'd love to know yours. I just, just thinking on it, like how powerful that would be, being able to run and being able to remove debuffs that could, from a PvE perspective, there could be a lot that you could do, especially when moving, if it was instacast. And even from a PvP perspective, being able to take off dots and things like that on the go while you're running from objective A to B, that could be very handy as well. And awesome things that have come out this week. If you guys haven't seen Ethys' History of Alamigo, you guys have to go check it out. It is really great. It kind of sets up this kind of world and gives you more insight to all the little going-ons behind the scenes throughout history of the region. And so I'll put a link to that video in the description below, and you should really go check it out. And lastly, before I sign off and go get some more hot coffee to help loosen up my throat a little bit more, don't forget that the t-shirt that we have is on sale until May the 23rd. So thanks for everybody who has currently bought one. I'm very excited about that fact, and I just wanted to remind everybody here today that we've got it and it's on sale. So it should be on the screen right now for you to check out. You can also see the shirt in the link below, and obviously buying a shirt helps support us here on the channel. And so if you like what you do and you want cool stuff, that's one way about going about it. The other way is check us out on Patreon. Again, no pressure. We really are glad you're here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. But for Work to Game, my name's Brian. Thanks so much for watching this video. Sorry about my voice. I hope you have a fantastic week, and hopefully I'll be feeling better real soon too. So until then, take care.
Hey guys, Chris here. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see our next video, go ahead and click right there. If you'd like to see our vlog, click down below. The subscribe button should be right below me here, and you should see all of our contact information. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.